Hi, friends. I think I'm online here. Hope everybody can hear me. Happy full moon. It is August 1st, and it is the day of the full moon in Aquarius. We've got about 3 different layers of energetic themes that are coming together today that I want to share with all of us. And as usual, our intention is to explore the cosmic energies that are showing up right now in ways that enable us to more consciously utilize them to support our growth, our evolution of consciousness, our healing journey, our empowerment journey. So let's go ahead and dive in here. Of course, later I'm going to read some tarot cards, but I want to talk about the overall energies that we're tapping into now, and then of course the astrology around that. But before I talk about the astrology, I want to invite all of you to take a moment to tune in and feel into what is the energy of this full moon feel like for you? Where or how are you feeling it in your body, in your spirit, in your emotional body, in your mental body, in your aura? Just take a moment to tap into that. I'm going to share with you in a moment how I'm experiencing the energy, which I feel is connected to, the collective energy. But take a moment first and tune in. Where are you feeling this within you, in your energy system? What does it feel like? Take a moment to leave your input in the comments below. And I'm going to go ahead and share with you now. And before I share this, in a little bit, we're going to talk about how this is aligned with the astrology that's shaping up. And it might be different than what you think. And the reason is, it feels like the energy around this full moon is activating us collectively on deep second chakra levels, which in a way is connected to the creative element of Leo season. It's also connected to the things that we have going on that's connected to Taurus and Venus right now. I was sitting outside really late last night, probably around 11:30, midnight, something like that, and just enjoying the energy of the full moon. Sometimes I lay out in the moon instead of the sun, like Morticia Adams. So I was doing that last night, and I was really just taking in the vibes and loving it. And the energy that I tapped into felt like an activation that feels like we're all collectively being guided to actually embody the energies that we're experiencing right now. It's not just about knowing about the energies or analytically understanding the energies or moving through it on intellectual levels. This is a time of embodiment, meaning taking in the energies, feeling it, alchemizing it, catalyzing it within your body, your soul, your energy bodies, and then contributing that energy or radiating or expressing that energy in ways that you personally feel guided right now. So, okay, the Aquarian full moon today happened at 11:30 a.m. my time, which is Arizona's on the same time as Pacific time right now, so that's like 2:30 p.m. Eastern time. So we're still just a few hours into this full moon energy, and it's happening in the sign of Aquarius, opposing the sun in Leo. So what does this mean? This means that, well, first let's remember that the full moons always illuminate our awareness. Illuminate our awareness, and they also support us in the full moons in releasing, purging, clearing, anything that is not aligned with however our awareness is being illuminated, basically. Happy full moon, Carrie. Thanks for that comment. And so, Aquarian themes. What are Aquarian themes? Aquarian themes are a lot about leading edge, innovative ideas. It's innovative solutions. It's thinking outside of the box. It is connected to our in astrology. The Aquarian energy is connected to hopes and dreams, but we can say goals and dreams. It's about our circle of friends. It's about the collective of humanity and the ways that we personally feel inspired to contribute to the collective of humanity or the greater good. And the greater good is what I'm labeling as our big theme for this week. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that later. So if you have your natal chart, you can look to see where the Aquarian sector of your chart is, where Aquarius is falling in your chart, and that will give you more specific insight as to, in what way the Aquarian themes are being related. For example, if you happen to have Aquarius in your fourth house, which is the house of home, family, the private sector of our life, then those Aquarian themes around greater good would be expressed within the context of your private life, your home, your family, just to give you an idea of how this works. And then the Aquarius full moon is opposing the sun. The sun is our awareness, our self-identity, and our self-expression, which is in Leo right now. So the sun in Leo, look to see where the Leo sector of your chart is for more ideas as to how you're feeling guided to creatively self-express however the Aquarian themes are showing up for you, because that is what that opposition is about. The full moon illuminates awareness around Aquarian themes. The sun in Leo inspires us to creatively express those Aquarian themes in our life based on where the Leo house is in your particular chart. It's fun to work with this, isn't it? I love it. As most of you know, I think that if you know me in person or you follow my channel, my primary thing in life is as a professional psychic reader, but I love working with astrology to keep me really tapped in and tuned into what the cycles of energy are that we're, working with personally, collectively, so that we can live in alignment with those energies. And the reason I love that is because when we are living in alignment with the natural cycles and energies of nature, essentially all of our efforts in life produce the best results because we're in harmony, we're in flow with the flow of life when we're not going upstream, so to speak. So let me talk about some of these other things that are coming up with this full moon. Excuse me while I look at my notes. There's just a few important things that I want to make sure that I don't leave out. So the sun and the moon are both squaring Jupiter in Taurus. Jupiter is the planet of expansion and growth. It expands, it grows, it brings positive energy to whatever it connects with. In Taurus, what is the ruler of Taurus? Venus. Venus is in retrograde right now. Jupiter is in Taurus and Uranus is in Taurus. My sense psychically is that this is why some of you who are tuned in are going to be feeling it as like a second chakra activation, because Venus relates to the second chakra. Now, we do have a significant Earth signature happening in this week's astrological chart overall. So the Earth energy is the root chakra, and then the second chakra on top of that, is where the Venus energy comes in. The root chakra is the embodiment. physically embodying the energies, feeling it in your body and letting it inspire you in whatever ways that it is for you specifically. Okay, so Taurus energy is connected to creativity because of Venus. It's also sensuality. And as we are in Leo season, we don't want to forget we are in Leo season, right? As we're in this full moon here. Leo season is all about creative self expression, and it is about pleasures of the senses. Venus is also about pleasures of the senses. So even though our full moon is in Aquarius, and we may have lofty ideas about how we can contribute to the greater good of humanity, more than likely the way that we're all going to be inspired to do that is on more grassroots levels this week, inspiring through how we are exuding and sharing our own unique creative spark within our local sphere of influence. That's what it feels like to me. Does it feel that way to you? Let me know in the comments. And if it feels different than that, let me know as well. I'd love to hear about that. Okay, so Jupiter in Taurus squaring the sun and the moon. I love Jupiter energy. Jupiter is also trining Mars in Virgo, which motivates us to take creative action on the details of whatever it is that we are being inspired towards in our life right now. Whatever our personal goals or dreams are that we've been working towards experiencing, creating, or manifesting, this trine between Jupiter in and Mars is inspiring that, creative expression of the details, working through the details. The other cool thing about this Jupiter trine Mars is indirectly connected to the fact that we're also in the Lion's Gate portal time right now. The Lion's Gate has to do with the star Sirius. Now, this happens annually. From my perspective, it really begins when we go into Cancer season, because when we go into Cancer season every year, which is the season before we're in right now, the sun comes into a conjunction with the star Sirius. The star Sirius is fixed. It's always at the same point. It never moves. And so we've been in this energy for a while, connected to the star Sirius. I've talked about it in some of my other videos. I'll just do a little recap quickly here. The star Sirius is connected to higher spiritual awareness. It's connected to spiritual awakening. It's connected to receiving transmissions of cosmic downloads, light codes, awarenesses. It's connected to royalty type of energy, spiritual royalty. And the star Sirius, and this is what I'm getting to here with Jupiter and Mars, the star Sirius, oftentimes the energy of it is defined as being a combination of Jupiter energy and Mars energy. And this week we have Jupiter and Mars trining each other, joining together in a positive aspect, which is very much akin to the star Sirius energy. In fact, I'm wearing my aquamarine ring today because aquamarine is one of the stones that relates to the star Sirius. If you want to really tap into this Lion's Gate portal energy that we're still going to be in until like mid-August, so another few weeks at least, if you have aquamarine jewelry, wear it. Otherwise, go to a local metaphysical gift shop and just buy a piece of loose, tumbled aquamarine to put in your pocket, meditate with it, something like that. Aquamarine is a stone that is connected to supporting the awakening of intuition. And so oftentimes it's related also to planets like Neptune or water element signs, but it is also connected to Sirius because of the high cosmic intuitive intelligence frequency that it has. So, anyway, Jupiter trining Mars, motivating us to take creative action on the details of our life. Leo season is definitely about motivating action. Typically, it's creative self-expression action in alignment with our personal life, our social life, our recreational life. Leo season is connected to romance. However, let's remember that right now, Venus is retrograde. And so the romance energy for Leo season, I feel, is a lot about romancing ourselves, being nurturing our self-love relationship. Okay, so I brought this card out only because it relates to the planet Venus, and it is the Empress card. You can tell it's connected to the planet Venus by the way that there's the symbol for Venus on the card. So sensuality. It also is connected to the second chakra theme. Sensuality, the true wisdom teaching around sensuality that is connected to this tarot card is enjoying pleasures of the senses. I've talked about this before anytime this type of theme has come up. Sensuality meaning embodiment, enjoying pleasures of the senses, enjoying being in your body, feeling good in your body, being grounded and rooted in your body, letting your awareness that normally lives in your head, let it be in your full body from head to toe. Let your awareness and your presence be rooted and grounded in your body. Do that as a mindfulness practice this week and report back to us here in the comments. Tell me how it goes. How does it feel? I love it. I love embodiment. That's why I'm so into movement, yoga, dance. All of these things are like parts of my life that I can't live without, honestly. Like I have to have movement in my life because it supports me in having that feeling of embodiment. So enjoying pleasures of the senses as it ties into our self-love theme with Venus retrograde, eating nourishing foods, listening to music that makes your soul spark, working with aromatherapy, creating sacred space around you in whatever ways you can creatively think of, right? So, enjoying pleasures of the senses, seeing, touching, smelling, hearing, tasting, and involving yourself with enjoyable, enriching, fulfilling experiences that support you in embodying deep self love, self appreciation, and sharing that out in the world within your sphere of influence, whatever your circle of life is. The people that you interact with within your normal circle of life is what I call your sphere of influence. Grassroots, contributing to the greater good through being in our own exuberance and letting that sort of like leading through example is what it feels like to me. Okay, so we also have Mercury in Virgo, opposite Saturn in Pisces. To me, this is about refining our clarity regarding the timeline, the version of reality that we want to dedicate our attention to, our intent, our attention, our awareness. Mercury in Virgo, because Virgo is all about the details, okay? It's methodical, it's organized. It actually even relates to the archetype of the healer, and Mercury is the ruler of Virgo, so it's in a really positive expression right now. Jupiter uh, in Mars and Virgo, right? That trine, Mars and Virgo inspires detail on an action way, while Mercury in Virgo inspires clarity of awareness or thought processes around the details that are going on in our life. So refining clarity on the timeline that we want to empower in our life right now. The Venus retrograde in Leo, as we're in Leo season, I really want to emphasize, and this is just my own personal intuitive hit, even though Venus is retrograde, this in no way, shape, or form means that we're being robbed at all of the creative, exuberant self-expression that typically is connected to Leo season. We definitely still have that. In fact, I feel that it can come from more of a deeper, authentic space of embodiment right now because Venus is retrograde. I really, whether you're energetically feeling it in your second chakra or not, definitely let me know if you are. But even if you're not feeling it, I still would advise anybody that was coming to me for a reading this week, I would advise to really tap into second chakra type stuff and even root chakra because of the earth element. Again, the embodiment theme, the allowing and tapping into your own unique expression of the sacred feminine, because that second chakra in Venus as well, and tapping into however you're being creatively inspired in your life right now. I feel these are the mindfulness practices or spiritual pathwork practices that are really empowering to do this week. So the Venus in Leo is trining both Chiron and the North Node. We know that the North Node just went into Aries. I'm having a nodal return, which I'm super psyched about, actually. Let me know in the comments if you are. So Venus trining, the trine is a positive aspect, the North Node and Chiron in Aries. And Chiron, I believe, is retrograde right now. Let me just take a peek here. Yep. And so this enables a deep clearing or healing of old wounds, which is Chiron, that supports us in getting new ambitiousness, momentum flowing from deep within us around our life path, which is the North Node. The North Node in Aries, especially, new beginnings. Let me know in the comments how you are feeling this pull, this call to new beginnings, and maybe how you feel like you've already achieved a level of clearing, releasing, or healing that you've been working towards. This is the time where you can actually achieve healing. I fully feel that and believe that. In fact, this next few days is an amazing day to do healing work. I did some amazing shamanic healing sessions with some clients today. One of them was literally during the actual time of the full moon, and it was such an amazing experience for me as well. I love doing shamanic healing work because I always feel like I residually get the benefit of that healing energy. So anyway, it's a really amazing next few days to do any clearing, healing, releasing work if you haven't been doing it already, cashing in on that trine. Any healing work, releasing, clearing work that we do right now is only going to catapult us forward. It's like pulling back that arrow, getting ready to shoot it in the direction of whatever your soul aspiration intentions are right now. And just a few other things I want to talk about here. Pluto and Capricorn trining Uranus in Taurus. So here's the Taurus energy again. Creativity, sensuality are the aspects of Taurus. There's more to Taurus than that, but these are the aspects that I am personally intuitively tuning into here. And it is connected to that Venus energy as well. And the Pluto in Capricorn trining Uranus in Taurus. I feel with this, it's about getting movement going in your life. Pluto can feel like heavy energy in Capricorn. Capricorn is an earth sign. Taurus is an earth sign. And so we live in physical earthly bodies. It's about moving our physical vehicle, getting life force energy flowing through our body, literally just having movement in your life, whether it's your physical body, whether it's changing your furniture around, doing something different, creative with your environment without overly investing in anything expensive because of Venus retrograde. But get your body moving, getting motivated. The Uranus energy is motivation energy. And I'll say this, even though it's a trine, which is a positive aspect, when Pluto and Uranus come together, it can mean turbulence with like earth change type stuff, especially in earth signs. I don't feel it so much as earthquakes as much as I do disruptions of um electrical sources. Like there could be power outages like in abnormal amounts or something weird like that. I don't know if we have solar flares going on that could contribute to that. I didn't look at that, but I do know that we've had heat waves across the nation, and actually across the world there's heat waves. That could be a part of it as well, resulting in what could be higher than usual power disruptions, power outages, or power surges. And that can be collectively as far as our actual electricity sources, and it can be power surges within our bodies as well. So just tune in along these lines and notice how your life is being impacted by these things, and work with the energy consciously. I would say I'm on more of a power surge type of energy right now within me, not in an erratic way, but in a way where I definitely feel uplifted. I feel motivated. And I feel like this energy is the energy that obviously is carrying us through to the next new moon. We do actually have 2 full moons in this month, calendar month, but it's not 2 full moons in the same zodiac sign. That would be a little bit more significant than the calendar month because, I mean, honestly, we have a full moon every 30 days every month, right? It's just the calendar month of August that it's happening. It's when we have 2 new moons in the same sign, which we did have earlier, or full moons in the same sign, that makes it extra potent and impactful. Okay. So, a little bit more about the Lion's Gate, because we're coming into the height of it now. The Lion's Gate portal, as it's called, has been significant to many cultures, ancient cultures throughout history, especially Egypt. I do have a video, which I'll link in the description below after this video finishes uploading when I'm done. I have an eyes open meditation that you can do to connect with the Lion's Gate portal energy, and it's from video footage that I recorded myself when I was in Egypt 2 years ago during the actual Lion's Gate day. So that's a really good way to get a boost of activation. And that video talks about the history of the Lion's Gate and what it's about. So I don't want to overly explain it here, but it is a boost of energy that we can harness the power of to catalyze whatever our intentions have been for ourselves this year, the growth oriented, awareness oriented types of things. Okay, so the Lion's Gate happens annually when the sun is in Leo and the star Sirius is aligned with the Orion's belt constellation and the Earth. That's what that is. The Orion's belt is the pyramids. The Great Pyramids in Egypt are aligned with that Orion's belt. And in ancient times, it's not so much anymore, just because the way geography changes over the years. In ancient times, there used to be, and it might still happen a little bit, but not as exaggerated. The Nile River would flood every Lion's Gate season. And so it was considered to be a time of abundance and fertility as well. And you can learn more about that on the Lion's Gate video that I have. But right now, I'm going to read some cards. This is going to be a collective reading today. And only because I see that this is getting to be a little bit too long. Of course, if any of you would like a personal reading with me, just reach out. My website is holisticpsychic.com, and it's in the description below. Reach out if you want to get a reading for this season or for the rest of the year ahead. I do clairvoyant psychic readings, blending the tarot and astrology, and I specialize in offering life path readings. So we're looking specifically for markers in your natal chart that have to do with showing you or pointing you in the direction of your soul path, your life path. So right now, I'm going to select 3 cards that are giving us insight as to how we can all collectively be contributing to the greater good right now. And I'm using my new Light Seers Tarot deck. I've been using this ever since I got it about a month ago now. Loving the deck. And so let me just select a few cards here. Just putting them out on my table. Okay, let me close my eyes as I'm selecting the cards. Here's one. I'm going to pick 3. Just felt a little whoosh of energy. Did you guys feel that? Okay, this is really cool. And I had a feeling this was going to happen. It's crazy that it did. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised by it. I am a professional psychic after all. But so I already showed you guys the Empress card that I pulled out from my other Rider-Waite deck, talking about, you know, the Venus energy and second chakra energy. And then it came out again as the first card I selected. This is the Empress card in the Light Seers Tarot. And it's coming with, it looks like, the 3 of Cups and the Queen of Cups reversed. So let's talk about that. I do work with the reversals when I do tarot readings. The reversals, I want to say this. If you're learning tarot or learning to work with oracle decks, if a card comes up reversed, it is for sure not negative or bad at all. That is not what it means. The reversal in cards in the tarot are always connected to the natural energy of the card. If it shows up right side up, it just gives it a different little twist, and that different little twist is different depending on what card it is and depending on the surrounding cards. So let me just take a moment here. Okay, when I'm seeing the Queen of Cups, I'm going to turn it right side up just so that you can see it. The Queen of Cups typically represents an embodiment of the archetype of a person who's an empath and intuitive, the archetype of a person who's a natural healer, counselor, lover of the arts, music, things like that, a creative person, creative, intuitive, healer, empath type of person. So when this card comes up in the reverse position, it's about being in more of a receptive mode, feeding yourself, so to speak, rejuvenating, regenerating, taking some time to soak in the cosmic rays that are showing up right now in ways that are rejuvenating to you. So with our theme of how can we contribute to the greater good collectively, it feels like nurturing yourself, filling your own self up. Do you know that Any healing or growth work that we do within ourselves individually always supports the collective and the greater good. Anytime a person heals a dynamic within themselves, you're contributing to healing that collectively. I don't know if you guys knew that or not, but I love that. And that is one of the things that gets me the most excited about my own healing work, is knowing that as I heal this within myself, I'm helping to heal that wound on the collective level. And there have been times in my life where that is the main thing that really motivated me to do my healing work. There's been times where I haven't been motivated to do my own healing work. Sometimes it's hard to want to do your own healing work when you're in the throes of feeling wounded or emotionally injured. But when you know, hey, if I heal this, I'm also helping every other person on the planet who has this thing right now. I'm helping them to heal by healing me. And that is the message that's coming up psychically with the Queen of Wands, or sorry, the Queen of Cups reversed. We contribute to the greater good right now, at least. We can say for the rest of this lunar cycle, which is another 2 weeks until we have the next new moon, we heal, we contribute healing to the greater good by healing ourselves. The Empress card is coming up, self-love, self-care, obviously tied into the themes that we've already been talking about, enjoying pleasures of the senses. This is like the epitome of Mother Nature, and we are at a time literally right now where everything in nature is at its full ripening height of expression. Literally tomorrow, August 2nd, is the halfway point between summer and fall. We're at the halfway point already, guys. Can you believe that? This literally is the height of ripening. I talked about this ripening theme in, I think, last week's video, coming into our full ripening of creative self-expression for this year is happening now-ish. Now-ish meaning for sure the rest of Leo season, and as we're coming into fall, once we come into fall, which is in about 6 or 7 weeks from now, the energy shifts. So this is our optimum timing to dial in your mind, body, spirit attunement, alignment, in order to assure that the efforts you have set in motion in regard to your personal intentions, if you want to assure that they produce the best outcomes, the best results, you got to do your inner work right now and optimizing and refining your own frequency, your own vibration. And then the Three of Cups, joining in community, which is very aligned with the Aquarius full moon. We're all seeking conscious community. I feel that. We're seeking to connect, right? Like, especially over the past few years, there's been a lot of isolation going on, a lot of compartmentalization and isolation because of everything that's been going on in the world. And we are all ready to reconnect, not only to reconnect with conscious community, but I feel revitalize conscious community. So we don't do that by staying home. We don't. We need real in-person community. Even though the world of video chat and online connection is amazing, and thank goodness we have had it during the past few years, we want real human connection right now, which is what the Three of Cups is reminding us of. Cosmic connection, our star tribe. Look, there's like the Big Dipper right here. Hey, here's a fun, interesting fact about me. I don't know if you can see it, but maybe not right now, but I have the Big Dipper and freckles on my arm. I've always felt like it was a little roadmap home. We'll see how that goes someday. But we all want conscious community. Find ways, grassroots, right? Wherever you live in your local community. as you're nurturing yourself and healing yourself, what are some ways that you can reach out and somehow inspire, hold space for, extend a hand to, or help generate, create, or enliven and revive conscious community in your neck of the woods? Because it's going to be each of us having our own little conscious community connections in our neck of the woods that we can then connect globally. Is like I'm seeing is like a net of light cast out over the world. And that's what everybody here, if you're here on this channel, you're up for that. You're doing that. Find ways to do that. And it might not be that you have to blaze a new trail in being in your Mars energy, so to speak. It could be just holding space, inviting energy, extending yourself by at least going out in the world, out of your home, finding things to participate in that are connected to conscious community in one way or another. You can even create conscious community by going to events that aren't necessarily billed as conscious events, right? It could be, oh, here's this little farmer's market thing that I'm going to, and I'm meeting people and having fulfilling conversations. And now I made a new friend, and now this person's, in my star tribe, so to speak. Oh, I'm going to this music festival and meeting new friends here and finding out we have all these things in common. And now we're connected as a part of tribe, community. This is what we're all truly desiring right now. It's a part of what the North Node in Aries is compelling us towards, getting out and reconnecting conscious community, so to speak, activating that. So, okay, guys, I'm going to wrap it up because it's getting long, but I'm super thrilled about these energies. And as usual, I'm going to be chiming in over the next few weeks with some more videos. And I'll either be doing a live video for the last quarter moon or maybe pre-recorded. The main reason I missed the live on the last new moon is because there was like a storm here in Sedona that day and my internet was out that whole afternoon. But anyway, barring that, I will be back next week and I look forward to seeing you all then. Blessings, all my love, guys. Namaste, and I'll see you in the next one.